I went out in the sunshine. Even can just go out with your eyes closed, and then you can put your head up to the sun, and the rays from the sun will go through the skin. And then you can put your head down and open your eyes, and your eyes will be used to the sun then. What Dr. Neil Nedley found was that the eyes are a window to the brain, and that your eyes are an extension of your brain. So when the ultraviolet rays from the sun go through neurochemical pathways and hit the pineal gland, it resets your body clock. What if I told you that avoiding the sun, something you've been told is healthy, could be speeding up your brain's decline? That the very advice meant to protect you might be setting you up for dementia? Think about it. For years, we've been warned to stay out of the sun, to always wear sunscreen, to cover up. And if we worry about vitamin D, we're told, just take a pill, it's the same thing. But what if that's one of the biggest lies we've been sold about our health? Here's the truth. Your brain craves sunlight in ways a pill can never replace. Cutting yourself off from natural light doesn't just leave you low on vitamin D, it starves your brain of the very thing it needs to stay sharp. And the consequences? They're showing up in the frightening rise of dementia cases. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, we're going to uncover the real science behind sunlight and your brain, why those little memory lapses might be more than just normal aging, and exactly what you can do right now to protect your mind. Because you deserve to stay clear, focused, and independent for years to come. Before we start, drop in the comments from where you are watching this video and what health topic you'd like to see in the next video. Before we start, as a special thank you for joining us today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about why you want to win my best-selling book. Let's be honest, when it comes to health advice, it feels like the rules change every day. 1 minute, sunshine is good for you. The next, we're told it's dangerous. No wonder so many of us are confused. But here's what's not up for debate. Your brain is literally starving for something most of us aren't getting enough of anymore. And it's not a pill, a superfood, or some expensive treatment. It's sunlight. We've been sold this idea that we can just take a vitamin D supplement and call it a day. But your body knows the difference. Think about how you feel after sitting outside on a bright morning versus swallowing a pill at the kitchen table. One energizes you, clears your mind, lifts your mood. The other? It's just another item on your to-do list. That afternoon slump, those senior moments we joke about, the trouble sleeping through the night. What if these weren't inevitable parts of aging, but warning signs? What if your brain has been trying to tell you it's running on empty? Today, we're cutting through the confusion. We'll expose the dangerous myths about sunlight, explain exactly how your brain uses it to protect your memories, and most importantly, give you simple, practical ways to make sure you're getting what your mind desperately needs. Because you shouldn't have to choose between protecting your skin and protecting your memories. You can and should have both. But let's have a look at why sunshine is one of the laws of health. The ultraviolet rays from the sun, particularly UVB rays. The ultraviolet rays from the sun, they hit the skin and they cause a form of cholesterol. Did everyone hear that? Cholesterol just under the skin, and they convert the cholesterol to vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential. Vitamin D is essential for the assimilation of calcium. Calcium's called the king. And because it's called the king, it's been misunderstood. Sunlight, vitamin D science. How sunlight makes vitamin D, the miracle on your skin. Here's something extraordinary happening right on your skin every sunny day, and you can't get it from a bottle. When sunlight touches your bare skin, specifically UVB rays, it triggers a little-known chemical reaction. Your body takes cholesterol, the same stuff we're told to lower, and converts it into pre-vitamin D3. In just 30 minutes of summer sun on your arms and face, your liver and kidneys transform this into active vitamin D, only form your brain and bones truly recognize. But here's the catch. This isn't just some vitamin. It's a powerful hormone that controls over 1,000 genes. It tells your gut to absorb calcium for strong bones, your immune system to fight off infections, and most crucially, your brain to protect and repair neurons. Cloudy day, winter, over 50, your skin makes less of it, which is why so many of us are running on empty without realizing it. Nature designed this system for a reason. Sunlight doesn't just give you vitamin D, it activates a cascade of healing processes no pill can replicate. Which brings us to the uncomfortable truth about supplements. The supplement lie, why pills can't replace the sun. Walk into any pharmacy and you'll see shelves lined with vitamin D bottles promising sunshine in a pill. Here's what they're not telling you. 1. The incomplete effect. A supplement gives you one piece of the puzzle plain vitamin D3, but sunlight delivers a full spectrum of benefits. Nitric oxide release lowers blood pressure, serotonin boost, natural antidepressant, infrared light reduces inflammation. Studies show people with the same blood vitamin D levels have better health outcomes if they got it from sunlight. Your body knows the difference. 2. The absorption problem. Even the best supplements absorb at half the rate of sunlight-derived D3. Why? Because your gut must process it first, and aging, medications, or digestive issues can block that. Sunlight skips the middleman, going straight into your bloodstream. 3. The overdose risk you never hear about. With supplements, it's easy to take too much, leading to kidney stones or heart issues. But with sunlight, your body self-regulates. After making enough D3, your skin starts breaking down excess nature's perfect safety net. 4. The brain's secret code. Emerging research suggests sunlight triggers unique signals in the brain that supplements can't mimic. For example, morning light sets your circadian rhythm, improving sleep, critical for dementia prevention. UV exposure may stimulate brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that protects against Alzheimer's. The bottom line. Supplements have their place, especially in winter or for housebound seniors, but they're a band-aid, not a cure. If you're serious about brain health, sunlight isn't optional, it's essential. It was probably about 15 years ago that a group of scientists discovered a receptor site on the retina called melanopsin. And melanopsin is not involved in sight. Melanopsin is involved in brain function. And the receptor site melanopsin, it absorbs blue light, and the highest source of blue light is sunlight. So being outside, allowing our eyes to absorb those rays from the sun, that blue light is picked up by melanopsin and it increases learning capacity, it increases the body's ability to solve mathematical problems, or because our eyes are outside. Vitamin D's impact on the brain, the dementia shield you didn't know you had. Brain receptors, memory and shrinkage, the silent crisis. Let's start with a shocking fact. Your brain is covered in vitamin D receptors. Think of them like tiny docking stations, especially concentrated in the areas responsible for memory, learning, and mood, your hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. When vitamin D arrives, it doesn't just help, it directs traffic. Here's what happens when you're running low. Your memory center shrinks. Studies using MRI scans show that people with low vitamin D levels have smaller hippocampus, brain's memory hub. Shrinkage here is a hallmark of early Alzheimer's. Example,
A neurology study found seniors with deficient D levels lost brain volume 2 or 3 times faster than those with optimal levels. Neurons starve and misfire. Vitamin D acts like fertilizer for brain cells. Without it, neurons struggle to form new connections, why names or words feel on the tip of your tongue. Toxic proteins like beta amyloid linked to Alzheimer's aren't cleared as efficiently. The mood memory loop. Low D levels cripple serotonin production, leading to depression, which doubles dementia risk. Poor sleep, more on this later, creates a vicious cycle of brain decline. But I take a supplement, you might say. Remember, blood tests measure quantity, not quality. Sunlight-triggered D3 reaches these receptors more effectively, like a key that fits the lock perfectly. Dementia risk studies. The proof is in. Now, let's talk hard evidence. Over a dozen major studies have linked low vitamin D to dementia with terrifying consistency. 1. The numbers don't lie. Tufts University study, 2022, adults with low D levels had a 40% higher risk of developing dementia within 5 years. UK Biobank data, 500,000 plus people. Severe deficiency, more than 10 nanograms per milliliter, meant 2.4 times greater risk of Alzheimer's. 2. How deficiency attacks your brain. Inflammation overload. Vitamin D suppresses inflammatory chemicals that literally chew away at neurons. No D equals your brain sits in a bath of acid. Blood-brain barrier breakdown. Low D weakens the brain's security system, letting toxins sneak in. Mitochondrial failure. Brain cells' energy factories sputter without D, causing power outages in memory circuits. 3. The most chilling finding. A Journal of Aging study tracked seniors for a decade. Those with adequate D levels delayed dementia onset by 5 up to 7 years compared to deficient peers. That's 2,500 extra days of remembering grandkids' names, managing your own life, and staying you. The takeaway. This isn't speculation, it's a biological emergency. Vitamin D doesn't just support brain health, it acts like a security system, janitor, and electrician for your neurons. And while supplements can raise blood levels, sunlight delivers additional brain protective bonuses, like regulating circadian rhythms that pills can't touch.
So I found it a great remedy for jet lag is to let your eyes be outside in the sunshine. Your circadian rhythm is the rhythm that your brain and thus your whole body runs at. And that's sunshine, especially the first hour of light in a day. That helps to reset your body clock, also helps you to sleep better at night. So your eyes need sun because your eyes are taking the sun through to the brain.
Sleep's role in dementia, the missing piece you never connected. Here's something your doctor probably never told you. That morning sunlight hitting your eyes isn't just nice, it's setting a biological timer that could save your brain. When sunlight enters your eyes at dawn, it sends a direct signal to your suprachiasmatic nucleus, your brain's master clock. This tiny control center then releases cortisol to wake you up naturally, no coffee needed. Starts a 12-hour countdown for melatonin production, your sleep hormone. But here's the dementia connection. No morning light equals broken clock. Without that sunrise signal, melatonin gets delayed, you toss and turn, wake up groggy, or worse, develop sundowning symptoms. A Stanford study found seniors with irregular sleep patterns had 27% faster cognitive decline. The fix? Simple. 15 minutes of morning sunlight, even through a window, resets your clock like nothing else can. Not only will you sleep deeper, but you're also giving your brain its best shot at flushing out toxins overnight, which brings us to the real danger of poor sleep. The nightly brainwash, how bad sleep poisoned your memories. Imagine if you never took out the trash in your house. That's exactly what happens to your brain when you don't sleep well. During deep sleep, your glymphatic system are microscopic cleaning crew switches onto power wash toxins like beta amyloid, the sticky protein clogging Alzheimer's brains, and reorganize memories from short-term to long-term storage. But with low vitamin D and messed up circadian rhythms, this cleaning cycle gets cut short. Ever wake at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep? Toxins build up year after year like plaque in a pipe until memories can't flow. The proof? Johns Hopkins research. People who slept under 6 hours nightly had 30% more amyloid plaques than good sleepers. Scary twist. Even one bad night of sleep spikes amyloid levels measurably. The good news? Fixing your sunlight exposure can start repairing your sleep tonight. And better sleep means your brain finally gets its nightly detox, something no supplement can replicate. Now, let's talk about the food myths why. Even the healthiest diets often fail to protect your brain. Food versus sunlight. The hard truth about your dinner plate. Let's settle this once and for all. Yes, foods like salmon, eggs, and mushrooms contain vitamin D. But here's the uncomfortable truth: you'd need to eat an absurd amount every single day to match what just 20 minutes of sunlight gives you for free. Think about it. A serving of wild salmon, one of the best sources, gives you about 600 IU of vitamin D. Your brain and body need at least 2,000 up to 4,000 IU daily to function optimally. Do the math. That's 3 till 6 servings of salmon every day, not exactly realistic or affordable. Even fortified foods like milk or cereal provide barely a fraction of what you need. So, like we mentioned earlier, relying on food alone for vitamin D is like trying to fill a bathtub with an eyedropper. It's technically possible, but why would you? And here's the bigger problem. Food-based vitamin D is almost always D2, a weaker, less effective form than the D3 your skin makes from sunlight. Your body has to work twice as hard to convert it, and even then, it's not the same. The bottom line? Food matters, but it's your backup plan, not your frontline defense. If you're serious about protecting your brain, sunlight isn't optional, it's non-negotiable. So what's the safest, most effective way to get sunlight without burning? Let's talk real-world solutions.
So when I was in Bali a couple of years ago, Michael and I had a holiday. I went down by the pool every day to lay in the sun and get a tan. And I didn't have sunscreen, I had my watch. 15 minutes front, 15 minutes back, under the umbrella. Because I knew that if I laid out for half an hour, my skin would burn. And if my skin burns, I've now damaged the skin. And now I can't go back into the sun for the rest of my holidays. Have you seen the ingredients in the sunscreen? And our skin is millions of little mouths. I don't want any more chemicals to go into my body than, and I choose not to put them in, but we are exposed in some ways that we don't choose to be. By the end of the week, I had a nice tan, and now I can endure half an hour's sun because I have a tan.
Practical optimization tips. Your action plan for brain protecting sunlight. All right, let's cut through the confusion and get practical. Here's exactly how to harness sunlight's power safely and effectively to protect your brain. 1. Smart sun exposure, no burns, no fear. The golden rule: never burn, always nourish. Timing is everything. Ideal window: mid-morning or late afternoon. 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. in summer means higher UVB for vitamin D. Duration: start with 10 or 15 minutes of bare arms, legs exposure, no sunscreen, then cover up or seek shade. Darker skin? You may need 2 weeks longer. Skin real estate: expose large areas, back, legs, arms. For efficiency, face alone won't cut it. Can't bear skin? Even sunlight through clothing, thin fabrics, helps somewhat. Cloudy, winter hack. UVB is weak in winter, or if you're north of Atlanta, Spain latitudes. Solution. Bank summer D, regular short exposures in warmer months build reserves. Infrared lamps. Mimic some benefits when sunlight's scarce. 2. Supplements the controlled backup plan. When sunlight isn't an option, winter, mobility issues, extreme climates. Dosage that actually works. Maintenance. 2,000 up to 4,000 IU per day of D3 with K2 to direct calcium to bones, not arteries. Deficient. Short-term 10,000 IU per day for 1-2 months under doctor's supervision. Critical tips. Take with fat, avocado, nuts. D is fat soluble for absorption. Morning doses align better with natural circadian rhythms. The blood test you must get. Ask for 25 OHD test, not the basic D test. Optimal range, 50-80 nang mils at the Alzheimer's protection zone. Test every 3-6 months if supplementing avoid toxicity, more than 100 nanograms per milliliter. 3. Lifestyle amplifiers, how to maximize your results. Getting sunlight is crucial, but you can boost its benefits even further with these simple habits. Movement matters. Don't just sit in the sun, move in it. Light exercise like walking or gardening outside doubles the benefits. You get sunlight plus increased blood flow to your brain, which helps keep your mind sharp. Sleep synergy. Morning sunlight sets your internal clock, but you need to pair it with a consistent bedtime. Going to sleep and waking up at the same time each day locks in those healthy circadian rhythms so your brain can detox and recharge properly overnight. Food supporting role. While food alone can't replace sunlight, eating vitamin D-rich foods like wild salmon, sardines, and egg yolks helps top off your levels. Think of them as a backup, not the main solution. 4. Warning signs when to adjust your approach. Your body will tell you if something's off. Here's what to watch for. Signs you're overdoing it. Sunburn is the most obvious red flag, but pay attention to afternoon energy crashes too. If you're exhausted by midday, you might need more morning sunlight to stabilize your energy, not less. Signs you're still deficient. If you're still feeling persistent fatigue, noticing slow wound healing, or experiencing muscle weakness, your levels may still be too low. Don't ignore these signals, get tested, and adjust your sunlight or supplement routine. Final thought. This isn't about baking in the sun for hours or blindly taking pills. It's about strategic sunlight, just enough to let your brain thrive without risking harm. Start today, test your levels regularly, and give your body and memory the support they deserve. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, I want you to step outside for just 15 minutes each morning. No sunscreen, no sunglasses, just you and the sun. Notice how your sleep, mood, and focus change. Your brain knows the difference. Remember, dementia doesn't happen overnight. It's 1,000 small choices like avoiding the sun today that add up over decades. But you've got the power to change that trajectory starting right now. And that's it again for today, guys. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe to our channel for more health tips. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay informed, stay healthy.